I am Simon Karanja Muigai, aka Madigdig, from Nakuru City, and I have observed some of these things that have happened in this Republic of Kenya, particularly the most recent being the endorsement of the cabinet that the president should be sworn in after election within 24 hours after the counting. Let me say this. Within 24 hours simply means 1 minute after counting. It also means 1 hour or 30 minutes after counting. It also means they prepare the podium where the president will be sworn in. Immediate announcement here, the process to swear the president will start. So let me say that this is a well choreographed political vagary as well as leaguing of elections as prepared by President William Ruto. Let me say, and that if at all such a thing is going to be accepted, it's going to be palatable in Kenya, there will be chaos. Look, let us look back at 2007 when Mwai Kibaki was sworn at night. What happened? What ensued were tribal clashes. About 2,000 Kenyans died over this. And this is what they want to do again. And also our constitution is very clear that the president must be sworn in every first Tuesday of the end of 5 years. That's our constitution. It is very clear. And again, the constitution gives time allowance of about 7 days, whereby petitioners, whoever is petitioning against election is going to present the matter before the Supreme Court for hearing and determination. Our constitution is not silent. Therefore, I wonder why the cabinet should continue going, putting other laws that, we want the president immediately after election, within 24 hours, which can mean after announcement, the president can be sworn even after 5 minutes after election. This is what they want. And that means now Kenya should be aware that President William Samoei Ruto, he has put in place machineries and mechanism of leading the election. And let me say that if in so doing, and the citizens will not be satisfied, it would call for another war in the Republic of Kenya. I look at our members of parliament, the Senate, also you have the Senate. And these people should know very well that changing our constitution on the matters pertaining to election, that is tantamount. It is tantamount to civil war in the Republic of Kenya. Na wananchi wa Kenya hawatakuwa kiwanda kama mende. We cannot agree on this. Ati wananchi wao wakikufa kwa sababu ya mtu mmoja kutaka kunyakua uongozi kwa njia sio halali. In other words, if you look back at the same thing what they said is that the predecessor, now for example, the predecessor of William Ruto was Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta, they said very well, when it comes now to the election that is coming, the predecessor is not supposed to hand over power to the president-elect. He is not supposed to hand over power or be at the swearing ceremony of the president-elect to hand over the power or give up the military sword. This matter is very serious. And should I tell our members of parliament, should I tell them and tell the Senate that they should stand to their guns? This is a very serious issue. They are supposed to stand to their guns. They are supposed now to stand for Kenyans. They are supposed to stand for Wajiko. We want peace and we want a leader elected by people. And the leader, we are very sure that if the leader gets to the office, there will be no complaint because there was time for petition. There is ruling of the Supreme Court. Hata mtu akiingia, sisi hatuna shida na huyo mtu sababu inaonekana alichaguliwa kwa njia halali. But we don't want this shortcut. This shortcut is going to bring chaos in the nation of Kenya. And as Kenyans, sisi tunataka amani. We don't want this kind of political vagary. I'm very sure and cocksure Kasongo is aware that he cannot go back. His chances of being elected as the president are zeroing to zero. They are coming down to zero They are on to nil. There are no chances for him. There is no development everywhere. Look at civil servants and teachers. He has gone down to their pay slip without permission. The president will sleep today, wake up tomorrow. Can you have 4,000 deducted from the pay slip? And remember very well, I want to put it very clear, that most of our workers have their salary at 1/3. 1/3 means that 2/3 is allowed by law to go and take loan. 1/3 is what these teachers and civil servants are supposed to get as end month salary so that they will be able to continue the work. There are two teachers I remember very well here at National Bank. One teacher received a salary of 1,100. The other teachers received the salary, I'm talking of last month, of 800 shillings. Can you tell me these teachers are rented? Wako na nyumba ya kukodesha, wako na familia hapa katika town. What are they going to do? I'm asking the president, do you want teachers and civil servants to become magas in town? Ama bado jera hazijaja. You want to put them in with the 296/2, global violence, because people cannot let the children get hungry. Can you consider your ways, Mr. President? Can you contact the salary sections of each department like TSC and others and fight out and tell them, if a teacher has this kind of salary, which is so minimal of this level, you are not supposed to deduct anything until the pay slip is going to grow up again. There's no notice that were given to civil servants and teachers. No notice at all. He just came and said, this month we are deducting. Now on January, he is deducting another 4,000. Suppose that teacher got 800 shillings. Sasa, si achukua 800 shillings, ndio pay slip kuja 00 for the first time. I think it will be history to see a pay slip reading nil, although it was paid from the top, deduction up to nil. So I'm saying this, we have no development coming down or trickling down to people. Instead of this development, rumors are all over that the president has bought this, has bought plots in Dubai, all this we are hearing. So can we say this? We need development here. Kenyan citizen Wanjiku hana pesa. There's no money, I'm telling you. People are sleeping hungry, Mr. President. Watu wanalala njaa. Watu wanakufa njaa. There is no lunch for our children. Can you think of what is happening? Your government has taken a lot of loans from outside. Your government has gone to people's pay slip. And all what we can see is that the education sector is falling down. We can also see other things that are falling down, like the medical sector. You are talking of SHA and SHE replacing the NHIF, but they are not functioning at all. Na mimi nauliza waziri, I'm asking the CS in the Ministry of Health to stop cheating Kenyans. We are not being treated. I'm also a victim of SHA. I'm not being treated. And I'm paying a lot of money to this SHA. Sasa uniambie, mbona msimame kwa televisheni cheating people that we are paying, we are doing this, it is functioning. Why do you want to force us to hear it is functioning? And on the ground, nothing is going on. So I'm asking this government, President William Ruto, also known as Sakayo and Kasongo, would you please do something and change? We need change. There's only way you can appeal to our hearts is to bring change. Stop what we call extrajudicial killings, like the one we saw with Gen Zs at Kayole and at Kware. Stop these. Also remember, workers need money. You cannot make sure that you don't pick money from workers' pockets. Use them. You don't mind what they are going to eat. Work cannot be done properly. Services are not good because also these workers are annoyed. Doctors are almost on strike and they have started. Me, I'm very sure they have started. They have said, I had several of them telling me, we cannot go. Now what is happening? Hatuna afya, hatuna matibabu, hatuna chakula, wafanyikazi wanalia. Everything is happening on the opposite direction. I think what you should know, Mr. President, made your ways, know where you went wrong, and know why people are scolding your speeches. Like what happened in Jamhuri Day. People have scolded your speeches. And again, you always find a victim to fix. Wacheni mambo mingi. Let the office of the DCI work according to the way it's supposed to work. Let us avoid political arrest and harassment. Like Karungo, what happened to that senator of Kiambu? We are afraid. That is very bad. Somebody have been attacked. And this somebody who have been attacked is the one appearing before the police, DCI Nyeri, for interrogation. How can you interrogate an already assaulted person? And we saw those boys who are throwing chairs. None of them has been brought before the DCI. Can we stop using the police? And I'm particularly addressing this to Kimani Ichung'wah, ambaye tena alisema badala ng'ombe sichanjwe, wale wana mdomo kubwa kama mimi watachanjwa. Kimani Ichung'wah, I'm here. You can start with me. Mimi ni mwanasiasa wa hapa Roda Ward, Nakuru. You start with me, I don't care. Lakini tunakuuliza, hiyo chanjo ulisema watu watadugwa badala ya ng'ombe, ulikuwa unamaanisha nini? Wale wana mdomo kubwa wapigwe chanjo. You are trying to talk about our arrest, our disappearance, and also the misuse of the DCI office. Please, I ask you all, Mr. President, I told you are the only one-term president. Na hii mambo ya kusema watu utaapishwa usiku, ndio utajua sisi ni watu. Utajua sisi ni wanyama. We are not hiding you. Wewe apishwa usiku, ukifikiria wewe ni wewe. But we are going to sacrifice. Hata kama tutakufa watu milioni moja mabili Kenya, watu 2,000. But make sure you're not in that power. Sisi tunapiga kura yetu, tukijua ya kwamba hatutakupea kura. You are messed up with the country. The country is no longer working. And therefore, Mr. President, uelewe ya kwamba umeharibu nchi. Everything is not functioning well. And therefore, Mr. President, tafadhali, tukipiga kura zetu ambao tunapiga sisi wajiko na ambao wameumia, don't force yourself to be the president. Let us elect you. And to elect you, Mr. President, tafadhali, tunakuambia ukweli, tutakupea kura. If you are going to behave well, if you are going to change. To the addition of my point, let me say that Kenyans are not rebellious. The way the government of Ruto is taking Kenyans to be. We are not rebellious. It's only that we have our democratic rights. The rights that allow me not to attend your meeting. I can say I will not attend that I cannot listen to your speech. It is not a law that I should go and listen. It is not in law, that's what I mean. Therefore, the way we went arresting that MCA from Nyandarua is something that boggles our mind. Let me say it boggles our mind and flabbergasting. Why do you go arresting an MCA just because an MCA and his people never went for a meeting? It is not in law, and this harassment is going on, is still hiking Kenyans. Let me tell you, instead of you, President, bringing us close to you, you are making you are rising our political temperature. When you say there will be no time, immediately after counting the votes, immediately I'm elected. Immediately I'm sworn in. Let me tell you, Mr. President, you are raising our tempers. We are not going down. You are not scaring anybody by arresting. Whether we are going to be cut in pieces, put in bags, and be thrown down in a quarry. Hiyo sio kitu ya kustua sisi. After all, we cannot be the first one to die. All we fear is that punishment that we might get in heaven. But we don't fear what you are going to do us on earth here. But what we say, Kenya must change, and the president should be aware that whatever you are doing, which include malicious arrests like Nyandarua MCA, which also include other arrests, the kidnapping of people by the DCI offices, disappearing of people, and others found dead, others found killed in bags. Let me tell you, Mr. President, you are raising our temperature. Not only your speech, I'm telling you, come the campaign season, if there will be no change, Mr. President, you are going to make, we promise you, utajiongelesha mbele yako hapa Kenyatta Avenue. I remember this where you stood in 2027. 2027, you are just here on this road, Kenyatta Avenue, here, next to me. 2022, you are just here with Kimani Ichung'wah, also talked. We had other people like Dede Nyoro, we saw him here. We saw other people. Lakini sasa nakuambia, when you come here, Mr. President, utatupea pesa kutoka vile unapeana pesa watu watukuliwa subukia, na mimi naambia watu wote wasubukia wasikuje, kila mtu wasikuje, so that ujiongeleshe peke yako. So Mr. President, we ask you, tafadhali, rais wetu, change. Because if you don't change, we are going to change you come 2027. Thank you.